Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So this is a little painting I'm doing for hashtag thankful for art. If you go to your search engine on YouTube, Google, wherever you search and put in hashtag thankful for art, you will see a lot of artists come up with their contributions to this and all kinds of different art and beauty, and I love it. So this is going to be my contribution to that. So first, I have a piece of watercolor paper, and I'm thankful for a lot of things, but with me having many chronic illnesses and in stage 4 kidney failure, um, I'm very thankful for my life. And I know that sounds odd, maybe, but I hope that you guys understand that. I'm just thankful for my life. I'm thankful for nature, the universe, people, just everything. And I don't know. I just am gonna kind of go with it. So I'm just gonna start out with a piece of watercolor paper and my pencil. And I know that I want to do. I love doing. It's almost like an energy painting is essentially what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start different than I usually do. I'm going to start with hair. And just kind of penciling in very lightly because I will go and paint over that and maybe even erase it depending. And you can see this is representing energy to me, even though it will come out as her hair. So now I kind of want to put the face in. And when you're doing a face, you always, let me just sketch it out for you in case you don't know. You can see I have a line down the middle. So I'm going to kind of go in and just make an oval upside down kind of egg where this is a little, you can see a little smaller than up here. This is wider. I have my line pretty much down the middle. You want it down the middle. And then you want to go the middle this way. Very lightly, I'm going to sketch it, and that's where your eyes are going to go. If you go down another inch or so, that's where your nose will go, and I do about another ½ inch for the lips. This is all up to your interpretation and how you want to do it. You can play with these as well, make the eyes bigger, smaller, up more, down more, the nose, all kinds of stuff. So what I'm going to do now is take my face paint that I'm going to use, color rather, of the acrylic paint, and this is Santa's Flesh, which I love. Now, I'm going to go in and erase the lines on the face right now, just very quickly, because I'm going to put the face color down. So there we go, there we go. And I'm just going to go in. Now you can mix, if you have face paint at home, why do I keep calling it face paint? Flesh colors acrylic paint at home, and you want to change the color. Maybe this is too dark for you, maybe this is too light. Just add, if you want to make it a little lighter, you can add a little bit of white to it, or a little bit of peach. Or if you want it a little darker, a little brown, a little ochre. And play with it so you can get more of a color that you want. I usually take the lids off and paint, but paint from there so I don't have to keep squeezing, but no big deal today. And you can see I'm just kind of painting that in. Then I'm going to go in for the neck. And I'm not even going to draw it. I'm just going to kind of go like that. And with the rest of the paint on my brush, I'm going to mark out, kind of where I'm going to want her dress or whatever I choose to do. All right, and that's about dry, which is good. Now, my suggestion to you guys is keep your colors around you, especially those that are starting out. Keep your colors that you're using around where you're at, so you know. So if we go back to do a little bit more on her face, more color, then we know what color we used. Sometimes it gets confusing. I have a lot of colors out, and you know, you kind of just want to use what you used and not mess it up. So this is Bambi Brown, and I'm going to use this as sort of a shading as I do the eyes. So I'm going to get a very small brush, and I'm going to use the lid for that. And let me see if I can find my small brush. We'll just use this one. I'm not going to wet it because I really don't need water with it. I'm just going to put a little bit on there, and I can still kind of see my lines. If you need your lines, by all means, you can leave them underneath, but I'm going to kind of go in, and I think I'm going to do circles right this second. And that'll probably end up as their pupil, but who knows. So I'm just going to kind of give myself a little bit of, there we go. Okay. This gives me a little better of an idea of where they're going to go, the size I want. I don't want to, you know, sometimes you just got to go for it and play and not worry if the eyes are exact. That's why I do my odd girls. Because there is no exact. You don't need an exact. Maybe this will be an odd girl. Who knows? Okay. You can see, just got the eyes. And then, of course, I'll probably go over these with white, but right now I'm just kind of wanting to put in where my nose and mouth go. Now, depending on the kind of nose that you want to do, I think I'm just going to go very simple, like that. And then the lips. I'm just using the corner of the paintbrush to kind of draw in, so I have an idea. Okay. Very, very simple. And I think I'm going to just take the rest. And I'm going to leave that pencil on there, though. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to kind of clean off my brush almost as my outline. Okay. Now I think for her hair, I want to go something like blues or something. I don't know. Her shirt, though, I think I'm going to make, what color are you? Flamingo, because I'm all into the bright pinks and purples and orchids and fuchsia. I'm not even going to worry about going and drying my, washing my brush off. No big deal. And I hope you guys go and search the hashtag. There's a lot of fantastic art out there. I'm going to get a bigger brush, Cal. There you go. And I'm not going to make anything fancy as far as her clothes go. Just very flowing. Because I want all this to flow like energy. And what are you guys thankful for? That was a hard one to pinpoint for me. But I think going through all the medical stuff that I'm going through, that's what stuck out to me the most was life. I lost my son, going to be 5 years come in December, and it really makes you think about how much life, how important it is, and how we shouldn't take it for granted, and that you should be thankful. I know a lot of people who aren't thankful, who are more negative than thankful, and I get like that myself sometimes, but I have to keep reminding myself that You know, all's not bad. Okay, so I got the pink. I'm gonna stick with what about bluish hair? Blue-green, maybe. Let's see what color you are. I'm gonna use teal. I think that's gonna really pop with the colors. And what I'm gonna do, and you can see this is so easy. And we're not doing anything that you have to be, you know, spectacular about. I'm just going over those lines, and I'm just gonna really just paint the background. By the way, I saw that I made it over 14,000. I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much. It makes me, for everybody who shared my channel and everybody who's been so loving and supportive, I'm so thankful. So thankful. So thankful that anybody even wants to take the time to watch me. And you can see this is a very fast kind of painting because I don't want to put too much thought in it. I just kind of want to get that energy flowing. And you can see I'm just painting every which way. It doesn't matter. I think meditation, I think all that's very important. And although me sitting still for a very long period of time, it is kind of hard. I think for some of us it is. I crochet or I knit as I'm sitting because then I'm doing something and that helps me meditate. So I meditate doing that. Now I'll go in with a smaller brush to clean up anything if I want it. But like I said, this is about just energy and doing your thing. And that's why I move my rooms around a lot. That's why I clean and we'll move the living room around and stuff like that just to shake up the energy, get rid of the bad energy, bring in some more energy. You have to admit when you move things around or really clean, whether it's throwing stuff away, old clothes or whatever, it's so, I don't know, it's so relaxing and just so good. So good. All right. So now I'm going to go in and just kind of frame her face out a little bit with this, just over the, and not so much hair, bangs rather, because this is her hair, but not, I'm not going to go too much with the bangs. I'm just going to kind of swipe it. Like that. I could do another coat if I want. I'm not going to worry about it too much. But you see, look, see how easy? Very easy. I'm going to take this brown one more time. And I'm going to put in eyebrows. I'm putting in some eyebrows. Eyebrows. Where's my little... Here we are. One of my favorite little paintbrushes is... Look at it. It's a label come on. I mean, I use this thing like... I don't know, like it's magical. I know, really. Bad pun, right? And it has little stray hairs on the bottom that pull across, but I don't care. I love it. I love it. All right. Okay. Then you can go in, I'm going to probably use a marker. But I do want her to be very peaceful looking. It's very... at peace. Very thankful, very, a little bit of shadow here. Very simple. I'm going to take some white. I'm going to shake it up. paint in the eyes with some white, except I'm going to use a little bit of a bigger brush. And I'm going to go in. Now this paint is the Americana Multi-Surface Satin in Cotton Ball, and it paints over multi-surfaces. So sometimes if you use your, and I don't think I've really ever come across too bad of a painting over color, you know what I mean, with a lighter color rather. But you can use it over your acrylic a little bit easier if you want to paint over things. But you can also use matte, which I probably should have used matte underneath, but didn't even think about it. And I'm not worrying about these being so perfect either. I'm just kind of moving that paint around a little bit. Like that. Because I'm going to put the eyes in and that will cover that up. So now, how about some red or pink? Let's do, I know I had pink around here. Let's do pink. We'll stick with the pink. So although I love this color that I have for her lips, that's like a lipstick that I have upstairs. I love like the neutrals and the warms, but I'm going to go in with pink because I want it to match her shirt a little bit. And I'm just going to draw this in. And you can see how easy that is. And these are just the Deco Art Glass paint markers. These write on everything too. I love them. I love them. I use them a lot. Okay. And you push down on it for it to come out a little bit more if you want it. I'll probably have to do 2 coats on here, but, and if you find, let me see if I can show you. If you find that it's a little, you know, because sometimes it gets a little ridgy looking. So I'll just take my paintbrush. I'll make sure that it's all the way dry. You know, just dry it on your paint rag or your, and then go in and you can kind of straighten it out, smooth it out. So when you go in with your next coat, it's not so bad. Or you could leave it the way it was. It's totally up to you. But I'm happy with that. Oh, that's good. Just make sure you rinse off your brush real good. Don't leave it dry because it is a gloss and it will it'll ruin your brush. So you don't, you know, you want to make sure that you do wash it off. Now for the eyes. What color? Let's do blue eyes. Blue or green? Is my green open? Let me see green. If you're nervous and you don't want to just go straight in, just take your pencil very, very lightly and draw your circle. You could use your circle template or whatever you want. Just kind of draw it in very lightly so you can kind of see where you're going. And then you can kind of trace it with your marker. You can also use your paint. It doesn't matter. I'm having a little problems with my hands today. And just not being, they're not being real nice. It's a little harder, but I still want to do it. All right. I'm just giving her eyes right now, and I'm going to put eyelids on them so they will tone those down a bit. They do look a bit frightened, but that'll change once that's dry. I'm just going to take my heat gun and just help it dry for a second. Okay, now I want to go into the hair. So I'm going to use this dark blue. Again, it's the glass paint. You don't have to. You can use a darker blue paint. But I kind of want to go in and give those lines. So first, I'm going to kind of go in and just trace move this apart, and this will be, and I just want to make these. This, I don't know, energy. I could spend hours decorating this how I want to decorate it. I'm not going to bore you. But you can see how it just... Okay, so I want to do, let's see. I might take some... I might let that dry and take some lighter, some darker blue and go in between the lighter blue. Maybe that will work too. All right, so I'm just trying to make sure these are dry. And I tap, I'm a tapper when I paint because it just helps take off some excess. It kind of spreads it out a little bit more. So you don't have to be worried about that. I walk away with paint on my hands all the time. All right, so you know what I am? I'm gonna paint. Let me get a darker blue. Ultramarine blue, which is gonna be very blue, and I'm gonna shake it. But I'm okay. I want that to be dark like that. Okay. Drying off my brush a little. I'm not gonna worry too much. And I think I'm gonna go this way. I would love to do flowers in her hair. If you don't want to do a face, leave her face blank. If you want to make her eyes just closed, you could just keep it the way it was and then it will be closed. Now on this side, I think I'm going to do the opposite. Will it look all right? I don't know. But I just like to paint, so. You can use crayons, you can use markers, use whatever you have to do whatever kind of art you want. Even if you see somebody and you want to try what they're doing, but you might not have all the supplies, it doesn't matter. Use what supplies you have. I don't have much more paint on that one, but I can always go back and darken up the other ones if I want. I like all the different colors, but it's totally up to what you want. Yeah. This one a little darker. Then I can go in with my blue marker when I'm done after that's dry, and I can outline if I want or clean up the edges. It's totally whatever you want. I love the Deco Art Media fluid acrylics. Can't speak today. I love them. You can see how beautiful the colors are and the variations that you can get with using them. Take us over this way. And I'm painting on a satin finish. That's satin. So they work fantastic. All right, and then I have just this little bit here. Just like that. I just want that magical looking. I mean, I might be putting glitter on it too because why not? All right, so for the eyes, I'm going to go in with that. That's one of my favorite colors I have, is the Bambi Brown. I love that. I love camel. I love all those colors because they're great shading for when you're doing faces. So I'm going to take my small brush again, rinse these off. I wonder if I have a different brush. I don't want it too big. There we go. You want it dry. You don't want it wet because you don't want anything dripping down when you're doing it. Now, if you look at this, this is a pretty messed up brush. Brush is so old. You can see the bristles. They kind of stick out a little bit. I keep cutting them, but I'm just going for it. I'm just going to dip it a little bit in. And I know I'm going to have blue all over my arm. So I'm just going to take this over the eye. You can use a pen too. You can use whatever you want. Just going to outline them a little bit more so they're not so big. The pupils aren't that big. But if you like them big, keep them big. And this is just a folk art. Little folk art, whimsical. Little girl. And you can see how that really pushes the eye down and back. And then I'll show you. After I get the eyes in, the eyeballs, the pupils rather, I'll show you a way that I like to clean up if you want to clean up these eyes. Now, I did this the other day. I have the video of me doing this, and I'm going to use this, I think, in a journal page. So I'm very excited, but you can see the difference. I used the same camel color, and I used it as the base of the eyes and like of all the shadows and the hair and all. This, it's a bit different, but you know, still the same kind of idea. All right, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to just dot it in the middle, because no matter what way you're looking, your pupils are always in the middle. And I just go, if I'm not going to use my, make sure your main color is dry, because mine obviously isn't as I'm doing this. But I'm just going to put the pupil in. I just keep going around in a circle and a circle and a circle, and you can make it as big or as little as you want. Clean off the corner of your markers. I roll it to get all that extra acrylic off. Draw it on a scrap piece of paper, so you just don't get all that extra acrylic on there dried. Then you're ruining your marker, and you don't want to do that. So, and you can get the Sharpies or alcohol markers, whatever you are using. You can get those at the dollar store as well. I don't know if they sell Sharpie brand, but they do have permanent markers. Maybe it's the store brand. Maybe it's Sharpie with another name on it. Who knows? Okay, so I have that, and I'm going to put white in her eyes. But now I look at it and I say, oh, those eyes are a bit thick underneath. Maybe I don't want it that dark. So I'm going to go in with my face color again, which is Santa's Flesh, whatever you're using. And I'm just going to go edit it a bit by going in, and you see how it just takes that up. And you can sit and play. So you didn't have to worry too much when you were in the beginning, because you can go back and really make it more of what you want it to be. And her eyes are off. I don't care. It's more of what it's representing to me. You know, I could have measured a little bit better and done it. And by all means, if that's what you want to do and how you want to do it. I think that's why I love mixed media so much, and drawing and art, because it's really what you feel like doing at the time. I'll go in and make these a little smaller, a little thinner. And I'm having problems with my hands today. They're not being cooperative. They're in a lot of pain. So things are a little off today, but I still want to paint. And you can't, some days I just say forget it and I will do what I want to do. Other days I can't do it. So I always think, oh, Jesus, tomorrow going to be worse. Which I think we all do at some point. And then I'm going to go thin this nose out a little bit. And this is like this is a journal page. That's what this is. It becomes a journal page. Do this in your art journal. Something, to the effect of this. So you can see I just edited a bit and took it down. And now I'm going to put in some white for the pupils. For the eyeballs. Pupils, Kelly. Pupils. I'm just going to shake it for a minute. Shake it up. Shake it up. And I'm going to put a little bit of white on there and dab it here just to kind of dab off. And dab off, dab on. I'm going to go in and just lay it in like that. And you can edit your green or whatever color you put in if you want it smaller or more. I'd probably use a better brush than this because this brush is getting a little crazy on me. And then I go in and I just take off some of so it's not so white, but you can use off-white. You can, we're going creepy. You could do red. And, you just kind of do your thing. Little highlight. I'm going to do a little highlight just on the eye. Even though the eyes aren't exactly how I want them, I'm not going to worry. I'm just going to put a little highlights in there. I can see the eyes a little off. I don't care. I don't care. It's just a journal page that I'm doing to help me create today and to, like I said, the energy. Now, here's the part that I love that I've been obsessed doing lately. It's the doodling. And I love to doodle. And so let's doodle. So I'm not going to sit and do the whole thing on here. But first what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace out these eyes. And this is the Finito by Pentel. I love this. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to trace the eyes. And I can see then definitely how much I'm off when I did them. But I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to beat myself up. See, they're like kind of cockeyed. But that's all right because that's how I feel today. Like I said, it's just to play. Don't get too discouraged and worrying. If I do that, I'll end up in bed all day, and that's not what I want. You can see how nice this trace is. And it's all it is a little, that's all it is. So you can go around. Like I said, you want to make sure everything's dry. Because sometimes it can be. But you can see now how I could have fixed this eye in the beginning if I wanted to. If I was really worried. Is take something straight edge. Anybody get that reference, straight edge? All right. And you lay it, and then I would have measured it, and you can see how it would have been up more. But like I said, today, I don't care. I'm just having fun. I want the energy. And now I want to write, and I want to doodle. So one of the reasons I told you not to take off the, to have to erase all the lines is because we're going to doodle over it, and we're going to write. So let's doodle. Let's do here. I'm just going to go in, and I love doing these lines. And I'm sure I'm smearing everything because things aren't dry all the way yet, but that's all right. And you can make these as weird as you want them. And this becomes your first doodle. Then you can go in and doodle them. And that's what I love. So you're creating little spaces for different words or doodles, right? And just look how that just adds to it, just like that. Now you can go in and you can doodle. You can doodle do. And as plain and simple as that adds such texture and interest to. And you just keep going and going. You want to write delicious words? Go ahead. So I'm going to just outline this a little bit more. Just very simple. And I like outlining because to me, it just makes things pop a little bit more. You don't have to. But this is, I just am blessed. And the energy and positivity. And so I would go, let's do it here. I could see a little bit of my drawing lines under here. So I'm going to kind of go with that, like that, and write blessed. You can write, gosh, what else? Happy. You can journal. You know, what you maybe are thankful for. Here I can doodle in a different way. And I can, if my brain will think. And you see how you just go and then you can doodle in between. Oh, the fun that can be had. Thankful, and then you can doodle in that. Oh, it's so much fun. And then you can write under here, I'm loved. And keep doodling and keep having fun. So that's pretty much all I'm going to do on here. I could sit and doodle forever, but I'm not going to bore you to sit and watch me doodle. But I hope this was a bit helpful. You know, I suggest everybody on some level do this in your art journal or in your journal or whatever you use, even on a piece of printer paper, just to kind of remind you sometimes of how thankful we are, because I know we all get twisted and we all get sad and sometimes depressed with life. Sometimes it's the weather. Sometimes it's just something that might have happened to you. And although that's all normal and understandable, I think sometimes we have to remind ourselves a little bit more often than not that there are wonderful, thankful things, things that we could be thankful for, and positivity and whatnot. So use this as that. I'm going to be doing probably 3 journal pages coming up of thankful art with my channel for Thanksgiving. I'm not doing a whole month, but we're going to be doing like 3 pages. And so keep your eye out for that. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to me. I put out videos usually every day or 5 days a week. It depends on how everything is going. I have a lot of requests coming up, a lot of things to show. I also put up stuff on my Wiccan channel today, and that's going to be going probably a couple times a week now. So I'm very, very blessed. And I love you guys so very much. And if you just found me, thank you for taking the time and watching me. Please don't forget to go #thankful for art and check out everybody's beautiful work, and leave me a thumbs up if you like what I'm doing. I love you guys so much, and as always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.